David, if it's all right with you, I'll pass it over. Created some great slides and I think a great topic for everyone here, the power of image blocks to enhance both SEO and your user's experience.
Yeah, so quite a while ago, we released draggable content blocks to make it really easy to add pre-made elements to some of your web pages to quickly and easily make a really visually appearing web page and experience for your users. So we'll be utilizing some of those in this tip of the week and how you can really improve your website's navigation essentially by utilizing them in specific cases and specific areas on your website. So we'll show you some specific use cases at the end here, but real quick before we get into those, just going over some general info real quick. So what are image blocks? Image blocks are essentially pieces of content, blocks of content that contain a prominent high quality image that then links the user to a related page on your website. So you can kind of see a little bit in the image to the right here. The yellow, blue, and red circles, those would like represent the images that you could use. You can have 3 image blocks in a row linking to different pages on your website. So it really helps to make the user feel like they're clicking more into like a portal type of experience where you can really funnel them down a navigational pathway rather than them kind of just browsing the website on their own, going through your main menu links, footer links, things like that. Generally, you'll probably want to use anywhere between 3, maybe up to 6 blocks per row, and you can stack them as well. So you can kind of have a table of these image blocks. And again, these image blocks, they'll want to contain prominent and really high quality images. You want to make it visually appealing so it really grabs the user's attention, makes them actually want to click into them and browse the rest of your website. And then along with the images, you can also add some short informational text if that would be necessary to further explain to your users where exactly you're linking them to. So again, in the image on the right, you can see a little bit underneath those colored circles, which again represent the images. You might want to have 1 or 2 lines of just short descriptive text with some more information, and then probably also want to include like a button link so that they know they can either click the button link or the image itself to be directed to wherever it is you want to direct your users to. So the benefits of utilizing this sort of navigation on your website with the image blocks, it does help to simplify the navigation experience for users. Again, they're not going to have to go through all the menu links in your main menu, in your footer. Depending on what web page they're on, maybe you'll have some internal links throughout the page itself. This really helps to create more of that interactive experience with that click candy, making it visually appealing. So there's certain and multiple calls to action, essentially, is what these are, to direct users further into your website down a specific navigational pathway that you want to send them. So doing this by encouraging users to click more throughout your website, that can help to reduce your bounce rates. And going along with SEO, you'll also be internally linking to more pages on your website. So that also helps to signal to Google what your strongest web pages are on your website, the pages that you're internally linking to most.
And we came up with the click candy term. I like it a lot. David, great work on that one. I think we'll trademark that.
Yeah, you can kind of think of it like eye candy. So some common placements for these image blocks. The home page would be the most common use case. When people come to your homepage, unless they're coming to you from a Google search or maybe from an ad that you have that's directing users to like a landing page, they'll probably be coming to your homepage first. So directly on your homepage, you might want to utilize some of these image blocks to really make it clear what your strongest sections of the website are and where you want users to go into. You can also use these blocks to link to categories for your various post types, as well as also your different member categories. How you utilize these will depend a lot on the type of website you have and what the ultimate goal and the purpose of your website is, your target audience, all that sort of stuff. But you can utilize these image blocks to bring more attention to like specific post categories or member categories that you want to direct users to further explore. You can also add these blocks onto like your search result pages. So the post search result pages or your member search result pages. Again, if you want to highlight specific categories or maybe specific posts or specific members, you can do that by utilizing these image blocks. You can also utilize these for your pricing page or whatever page it is where you're listing your various membership options. This is a really common use case when you have different membership plans offered to different types of members. So maybe if you have multiple membership plans for consumers and multiple membership plans for businesses, instead of listing all those membership plans on just one join page, which might make it a little bit confusing and convoluted for people who are coming to your website for the first time, you can kind of segment everything and make it more like a navigational pathway, kind of a funnel that you direct users to. So first you can ask them if they're a consumer or a business through image blocks. They click on the corresponding one, and then that then directs them to another page that has all the membership plans for consumers or for businesses. And then from there, you can direct them to the actual checkout page or the join pages. Another popular use case would be if you have a static landing page. So maybe a static landing page that you build that you're directing traffic to maybe from Google Ads. You might want to utilize image blocks on that landing page, again, to visually highlight and make it really clear to users exactly where you want to direct them to now that they're on your website. And you can see a little example there on the right, basically 3 image blocks per row, 2 rows, just directing users to different sections of the website.
Perfect. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. One of the reasons we wanted to choose this for the tip of the week is it's really powerful, it's really simple, and we see it's really underutilized by a lot of users, or they just don't know exactly what they should put in those square blocks when 3 things are in a row or 4 things are in a row. So we wanted to give you guys some ideas and ways to get creative with this to improve the navigational experience for your users, because really the click candy, what it does is it makes it fun. People want to click on things that look interesting, things that make them feel like they're accomplishing something on your site, right? Like small milestones and goals and wins. They found out how to get to the events section of your site. Now they're looking at the events on your site. So again, there are many reasons why this is beneficial, and then also the SEO benefit is because you're going to signal to Google what your strongest pages are, and Google loves internal linking. And also, because this is click candy, it helps reduce bounce rate because people are more inclined to quickly click on something that looks fun, friendly, or interesting rather than leaving your site. And that lower bounce rate is also a signal to Google to help with your search engine ranking positions. So let's just look at a few simple examples here, and then we can take some questions. Maybe we can help implement this on your site. But we do have a sample site here. We didn't do anything fancy. We kept it super simple. But if we scroll down on the home page here, we used 3 here. This is probably the most common. A lot of people use the hero divider that comes with Brilliant Directories. So we created 3 links here: browse the network, become a member, and everything Boston. We just arbitrarily decided to show some Boston love today. What we did with everything Boston is actually quite interesting. So if we click on browse everything, again, the layouts of these can be different. You know, the titles could be above the image. Maybe you don't use a title. Maybe it's just images because the text is part of the image. A lot of people put their text in the image itself. But here what we've done is, you know, this site has news, deals, events about Boston. They even have job listings, you know, Boston photos, and you can also even add your content. So in this case, they use the 6th part to link to kind of like the join page, or, you know, an opportunity to join the site. And this is really good because I mean, even if this was on the homepage, it would be fantastic. You know, you have the hero section and then this on the homepage. So instead of streaming all the recent events and all the recent deals, give people more of a portal experience. They come to the homepage and then they want to go to the events section. So let's click into the events section. We created something for the events. So now we're in Boston events. Again, very simple what we've done here. And there's 3 categories of events. There's sporting events, music concerts, business conferences, and your site may have more categories for events or fewer categories. But in this case, we've now given the user a win. They feel like they're entering a portal. And again, we're talking about that click candy. Some of these look interesting. We didn't link these in this example, but we would link this to the sporting events category, the music concerts category, or the business conferences category. We can link the image, button, or both. And while we're here, let's just pause for a second, since we're talking about categories related to posts, in this case, event posts, how you would get those links. We can go to our demo Bootstrap site real quick. And actually, let's go to our events demo here. If you're ever curious how to get a link to a search results page, the quickest thing to do is just conduct a search. So in this case, we'll search sport and we'll hit search. And this would be the URL to get to your category. In this case, the category is sport. And then in the text editor, we would go ahead and link the image or the button. So let's log out of this member we're logged in as. And let's go to the join page in this next example. Our third homepage call to action was become a member. So we'll click list your business. And what we've done here is we kept this. This is what's normally here just by default, plan 1, 2, or 3. But in this case, we did something a little different. And I think we could probably choose even better images. But this site just has 2 membership plans, general users free to join, and this would link to the free sign up page, or a pro user who can access and post content. I guess that's the perk in this case. So very simple, it's $20 per month. And again, we can link both the image and the button to the checkout pages for these membership plans. The third thing we've done here is a little bit interesting. For a third membership option is not a membership option as well. We're asking if people want to advertise on the website. So we said, get your brand out there, banners, email blasts, social posts. In this case, we did create a sample page for advertising options. So from the join page, we're going to click on advertise. And we said advertising opportunities, reach more Boston locals and tourists. And this website offers 3 ways to advertise. They offer banner ad spots, sponsored email blasts, and paid social mentions. So again, we're using the image blocks here to easily display content for the user to digest and absorb. It uncomplicates things and it helps you, the website owner, potentially keep things organized, as well as edit out maybe erroneous offerings that just add clutter. So it kind of puts some guardrails that we don't want 100 options here. I can certainly see 9 options here, but again, we want things to be within reason so that the user can digest and absorb what they're looking at. Now, we didn't link any of these, but these could very easily link to a landing page that talks about all the banner ad spot options, pricings, timing, times that they can have the banner ad spots. Same for the email blast. So these could easily link to more informational landing pages on these topics. And then one more thing, and then we'll show you how we created these very quickly actually, is we did redesign the classifieds theme on the BD site, and we did implement image blocks as really the staple of the homepage sections of the classified theme. These are just using image blocks. In this case, we did an asymmetrical layout. We did 25%, 25%, and 50%. So there were basically 4 blocks here, and we combined the last 2 columns to make a longer one. So we created this image block section here. Also a single image block here. So this is just for sporting goods category. And then 2 image blocks. These have descriptions underneath them. So we could see here that really utilizing image blocks, we don't have to be wildly amazing web designers or use anything fancy. We could just use simple text and high quality images, and it could just be enough to give a good solid user experience and to encourage people to continue clicking deeper and deeper into our sites. We did create one more on this sample site, created a page called private, and this is a public page. It's just for the demo of the webinar, but we created a portal page if this was private members page, protected pages. So it requires member login or sign up. So if anyone wanted to click on any of these, they would hit a paywall saying you need to sign in or you need to upgrade your plan. So we kind of tease people that this is what they can access when they're a member. Videos and courses, news and updates, exclusive events, jobs board, photo albums, member directory. And you can see here we are using 2 rows in this case, and then images that correspond to the category. And again, if someone clicked on one of these, this was just for demo purposes, we didn't go that far, but they would hit a protected page, and that would encourage them to sign up. But just for them to see this, that this portal exists, should pique their interest and maybe will encourage them to want to sign up. And all this page is that hero section with the title text and a background image and 6 images that are linked. So as absurdly simple as this looks, we do see that it is highly underutilized. So we wanted to draw some attention to it for you guys. And let's actually see how we've created some of these pages. And what's even better is after you create one layout, you can always clone your web page and just create an alternate page that focuses on something else. So if I'll scroll down here, and we can see the advertising opportunities page, and then we'll recreate one of these together. So this was the title, advertising opportunities, reach more Boston locals and tourists. And all we did was utilize the content blocks here. We used the 3-column feature list. I'll drop one up here. And what we did is we just changed title 1, title 2, and title 3. And of course, you can remove the text if you feel that it's not necessary. You can keep it if you're going to add some value. And then for the images, really, I just used the Pexels update, and I just chose images of people on a laptop, or you can search for, Singer. And then also what's helpful is you can search for the same orientation. So if we select square for a lot of these, I'll just do that. We can just choose some of these here. Let's do it together. So there's 1 square image, and let's do 3 of them. So we'll do this one. Let's say this is dance, and we'll do square dance. All right, so we'll do dance here. Let's see, this is a cool one. All right, and let's do the last one. Let's do ballet. Okay, sure, this one's fine. And we'll save it. So now we've created this section here. What's cool when there's square images is if you apply the style of circle, because it's an image, it gets converted into a perfect circle. So that's a nice touch you can do. And then also if you're going to link the image, which you certainly can, add a URL for that. You can also choose to enlarge on hover or shrink on hover. It gives a little bit of a effect there. Again, makes the site feel a little bit more developed, nothing fancy, but just a little bit more control for you guys there. So you can enlarge on hover. And what's even better is if you have I think the premium content blocks add-on, it unlocks a wealth of other layouts and stuff. So if you have a ton of features you want to do, again, you can just swap these out, the images that come. So this is a 4x2 layout, and we can look for animal. Just do one more time here and bring that in. So again, you can just kind of modify, you can look through here and find things you like. What I like is actually, I think the teams layouts are the best for a lot of things. This can certainly be like categories to search. Don't just switch it from being teams to being like member categories or post categories or something else, and you can easily change the focus of this. It doesn't have to be for searching people, it can be for categories or posts on your site. This one is also a great one here. And again, it doesn't have to be for people. You can just swap it out for whatever purpose you want to do it for. Just look at the layout is what you should look at. And really that's basically it. I don't want to get too much into it because it's pretty self-explanatory here. And we did have one link here from a previous webinar. This one shows you how to turn search results pages. This has come up in the past in the Facebook group, how to turn search results pages into their own static pages. Like if you have a page for your Los Angeles members and you want to add some custom content there, this video will show you how to do that to further enhance it for SEO. But also on these pages, you can add image blocks as well. So if you're on a Los Angeles page for members, maybe then you want to link to Los Angeles events, deals, and other post types that you might have, job listings. But instead of doing it as a tag cloud or plain text links, do it as image blocks, and that click candy should get people's attention and encourage them to want to explore your site a bit more. I think the key here is making it easy for the user. and building their confidence to want to explore your site further. There are advantages to a busy site that has a lot of clutter on it, some that works for a lot of sites, but for the most part, simple, clear navigation, again, encourages users to want to use your site more than when things are complicated or cluttered or unclear. So we don't want to belabor the point too much. We know it's pretty self-explanatory, but we just wanted to make a reminder that you should and you have that at your disposal to use on your site, on your homepage, creating new pages, but really think having that portal mentality can really enhance the experience for a lot of users.